to say that a man is the closest thing to God. No matter what's going on, we have to rise consistently every day, and we have to provide consistently every day. We have to serve consistently every day.
He has to have a code. He has to have certain things he's going to say and do, and he means it. You know, when I was coming up, if a man said something, his word was bond.
For some guys, they're invisible to women. In order for them to stop complaining, they just really have to step up their game, meaning they have to step up their strategy. They have to become a more attractive guy. So the reason why so many guys are sexless is because they don't have any game.
Weak men need to be purged. And what I mean by that is that there was a time where only the strongest men had valuable things.
Anybody that's been out here in the last 10 years, it's easier to get sex than it is to make $100. Basically put yourself in a position and they throwing it to you. So I think, again, weak men have risen up and they have a voice and they spew their shit onto other weak men and they fall for it. And it's this whole victimhood thing.
I say, okay, put your arm out. They put their arm out. I say, grab your arm. You can grab your arm.
When I think of a man in my head, he takes responsibility with a purpose. And this responsibility gives him struggle, and through that struggle, he gets strength, and through that strength, he creates structure.
Smack your arm. You can smack your arm. Pinch your arm. Okay, you're real. Go fucking knock on Fear's door and grab his arm.
Whatever he wants out of life, whatever he desires out of life, whatever steps he wants to take to secure what he requires, I think he should be true to that first and foremost.
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
See, the emotional male will always use emotions to make excuses for the fact he ain't shit.
You gotta be ready to go the distance behind what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to die about some shit.
Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity, specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the link below and get your tickets to the Game Kings 2, The Definition of a Man documentary screening that's going to be held in Miami on October 26th, 2024. You'll be the first to watch the documentary, and then after the documentary, you'll be able to participate in a question and answer session with the Game Kings live. Space is limited, so click the link below and get your tickets now. Yo, what's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the motherfucking dating game. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's good? So we got a lot to talk about and not a lot of time. So I'm about to jump right into this, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. And remember, guys, make sure that you guys get up on this masculine identity membership ASAP.
Do it!
You understand?
Just do it!
Get on that shit as soon as possible because the sale is about to end. The sale is about to end, so you can jump on the masculine identity membership for $1. $1 for 30 days. Make sure you guys go get that shit. Also, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership, where you get 45 to 90-minute audio and video dating advice, tutorials every month.
Just do it!
Make sure you go and get that. And also, right now on the Bad Boy membership, I got my new program. Check this out right here. This new program is called 10 Rules for Giving Women Your Time and Attention. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to get this program, because guys, what happens is a lot of times in your dating life, the reason why you have issues is because you're giving a woman either too much time at a certain time or too little time at a certain time. And so this program will teach you the 10 rules for giving women your time and attention, so you actually get the best out of these situations when you're dealing with women. So I'm telling you guys, definitely need to check this out. I'm gonna probably have a preview of this out tomorrow, so that you guys can check it out and see it and see what's popping with that. You feel what I'm saying? But again, shout out to everybody in the chat, shout out to everybody in the building. And so today we're talking about why manipulating women into liking you never works. Okay, why manipulating women into liking you never works. Now, what are we talking about when we say manipulating women into liking you? So a lot of guys think that in order to, get women to like you, or especially like hot chicks, right? Guys think that they need to do something different, special. They think they need to go above and beyond in order to get this woman's attention. They think they need to do certain things or not do certain things to, get her to be attracted to them and all that other stuff. So for example, you have guys who say, don't validate women. So they're like, okay, do not tell a woman that you think she's attractive or hot or whatever it is, because that's you validating her. And by you validating her, you're not able to, you're basically gassing her head up, and then she's not going to like you, right? Or guys will say, oh, you should treat women like shit, because if you treat her like shit, then she's going to really be into you, because, she's going to think that you don't like her, and she's going to like chase your attention and validation and all that other stuff. So what happens is that dudes have this misconception or this idea that they can manipulate women into liking them. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is that that shit never works. Even if it looks like it works, it's not working. You understand? Because guys are like, well, last time I did this thing and I said this to this girl and then she called me or she did this. That woman don't like you. What happens is that you create a scenario or a situation where you're putting out a certain energy and you are attracting women who are chasing that energy. So, for example, let's say you are pretending or acting like you don't like a chick, right? Because you actually want her, because you're like, oh, she's hot. Let me pretend that I don't like her so she can chase me and all this other stuff, right? So let's say you sort of act like you don't like a girl to try to get her to want to fuck with you. And let's say she starts giving you attention because you're acting like you don't like her. But guess what? The reason why she's giving you the attention is because she wants you to like her. But she doesn't want you to like her because she likes you. She wants you to like her because she wants your validation because she's insecure. You understand? So what happens is that in that scenario, she's chasing your validation, not because she wants you. She just wants to be validated so that she can feel good about herself. So it's not about her liking you. It's about her chasing that because she wants that to feel good about herself. Why? Because she feels extremely insecure. And so a lot of guys think that playing these goofy ass games and doing all this other bullshit is going to get a woman to like them. But what I'm telling you is that she's not liking you. What happens is that she is just playing this game with you to try to get your attention and validation so she can feel good about herself, right? So what happens is when you play these games, right, you rarely get what you want because you're not really even being authentic. So you can't get an authentic situation happening at all. So what happens is that there's no way to actually manipulate a woman into liking you, because in order for a woman to like you, right, she has to like who you really are. She can't like who you're pretending to be. Why? Because who you're pretending to be is going to fall by the wayside and the real you is going to come out anyway. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so I don't know why y'all niggas be calling anonymous. I'm gonna stop taking anonymous calls, but if this is a troll, you're about to get hung up on. What's going on? Who's this?
Hey, question.
Yo.
Is this Mr. Collier?
What's going on? I can't hear you. Speak up.
Yeah, I got a question for you, man.
Hold on, wait a second. Did you donate though?
Hey, are you still in?
Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Anyway, so basically, like I was saying earlier, is that when you guys are trying to manipulate women, what happens is that you never actually attract a woman that wants you, right? Because what you have to understand is that when you're dealing with women who don't really like you, right, there's nothing that you can do to get her to like you. So for example, guys will think, guys think, let's say I hear guys say, well, I'm going to ignore a girl, and then by me ignoring her, that's going to make her want me and chase me. Right? But what happens is if you're ignoring a woman who doesn't like you in the first place, how is ignoring her going to make her chase you when in the first place, she don't give a shit about you? You understand? That's like me chilling with you and you're a straight man and I have a gay friend and my gay friend thinks you're hot. And he says, yo, I'm going to ignore this guy so that he'll chase me, right? You're not going to chase him because you're not gay. You don't like dudes. So because you don't like dudes, no matter how much a gay guy is trying to get you to chase him by ignoring you, it's not going to work. So the same thing applies when you're dealing with a woman. If a woman has no interest in you, right, you can't do anything to get her to chase you. Why? Because she has no interest in you. This is what these guys don't understand. They think that trying to get a girl to be attracted to them or to make shit happen, right? They think that it's this mathematical formula. Oh, well, if I do a little bit of this and I do a little bit of that, then if my calculations are correct, then I'll be able to get this girl to chase me by doing this, and that. Nigga, if she's not feeling you, if she has no interest in you, it don't matter what you do because basically you're invisible to her. You understand what I'm saying? So because you're invisible to her, then it doesn't matter what you do to try to get her to chase. She's not going to chase you because she don't like you in the first place. So anything you're doing, she's not going to be paying attention to because she don't give a shit. You understand what I'm saying? See, the reason why guys say these things is because they actually have no real world experience dealing with women. You understand? And because they have no real world experience dealing with women, right? They think that attracting women is some fucking science experiment. You understand? They think it's some formula that they can concoct and then that's going to make a woman who doesn't like them. Right? Now, what happens is that when it comes to interest, I tell you guys all the time, there's 3 types of interest: high interest, medium interest, low interest. Okay? High interest, medium interest, and low interest. All of those are a form of interest, right? Now, what happens is that let's say a woman has low interest in you. What does that mean? That means a woman who is interested in you non-sexually. That's a woman who might put you in the friend zone, a woman who will talk to you on the phone all day but don't really want to meet up with you like that, a woman who will like allow you to take her out on dates and spend money on her, but she's never gonna, kiss you, touch you, any of that type of stuff. That's a woman who has low interest, right? So she's interested in your attention, but she's not interested in you sexually. So what happens is when you're dealing with that type of woman, right? It doesn't matter if you're ignoring her. It doesn't matter if you're trying to pretend you don't like her anymore at some point and all this other shit. What's going to happen is the fact that she has low interest, which is closer to no interest. The fact that she has low interest in you trying to manipulate the situation is not really going to help you because she has low interest, and that low interest gets even lower and stays there the more that you deal with her. So you're not going to be in the friend zone, taking this girl out, hanging out with her, giving her all of this non-sexual attention, and all of a sudden you want to flip some shit and then think that the girl is going to actually be interested in you now. No, the fact that you've been investing time, energy, and attention with this woman on a non-sexual basis for a consistent period of time already shows her that you are the type of guy that she is not going to be attracted to because you already did this shit too long. You've shown her that you're the type of guy who is willing to do this, therefore you are unattractive. So there's nothing you can do to manipulate your way into getting this girl to chase you because you've spent so much time showing her that you're a loser. Now, let's say a woman has medium interest. What is that when a woman has medium interest? That means that's a woman who, is interested in you enough to go on a date with you to see if there's some sort of romantic or sexual interest, but she's not highly, highly, highly interested in you sexually to where she's like, enamored with you head over heels and all that other stuff, right? Now, in this situation, you can kind of manipulate the chick to try to get her to chase you and all this other stuff. The problem though is that if she gets to really know the real you at some point, and that is not the type of guy she's attracted to, it's all going to fall by the wayside. So that means that your situation is going to be short-lived because the real you is a guy she doesn't really like. Because when you have medium interest, it's sort of 50-50. When she has medium interest, it's like, okay, it could either go the way I'm actually starting to like him more or I'm liking him less. You understand what I'm saying? Well, let me see what Lamar is saying real quick. He said, I disagree. Women will spin the block after not liking her. Whether you get a girl, ignore her, step your lifestyle up, or become popular, she may come back. A no just means not now and not forever. Sad. Y'all niggas is sad. Let me get this call real quick. Y'all niggas is sad. Lamar, you need some coaching heavy. I'm gonna get back to your question in a second, but let's go to 816. Let's go to 816. 816, what's popping? Who this?
What's going on? This is Aaron.
What's going on? Did you donate though?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me double check. I got you. Appreciate it. Goddamn, my fucking sound effects ain't working today. But anyway, what's going on with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Yeah. I fool with your content. I fool with what you got going on. I trust in what you got going on. Been watching you for years and years and years. Applied a lot of your information. Has helped me for sure. But I do got an issue with you though. My question is, I've noticed, like, if you get into a debate, not necessarily a debate, but disagreement, or somebody's not necessarily just all the way on the same page with you with what you're saying.
I'm about to give you the Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, listen. Well, I've noticed that sometimes in like certain disagreements, or people don't all the way go with what you say, and it may get a little adversarial or whatever. You'll start lying in the debate to win the debate.
Paul, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Can a 2-year-old debate a mathematician on arithmetic?
Hell no, I can't.
Okay, there goes your answer.
But actually, I have an example of you, not necessarily a debate, but you'll lie if you don't like a caller. Like, you'll just start lying.
Lying about what?
an example is me and you had got into so I was roasting Steve because Steve tried to roast me yesterday, and I said that he was hiding his wife. I said Steve is hiding his wife. And then you lied and said I'm hiding my wife too.
Mm-hmm. So how was that? How was that a lie?
So are you hiding your wife?
Have you ever seen my wife on camera?
I've seen your wife, yeah.
On camera, on this live stream?
Not on a live stream.
So where did you see my wife on camera where I was having conversations with my wife?
Oh, no, I never seen that. But what I have seen is I've seen a picture of her.
Okay, and what's your point?
So why would you say that you're hiding her if you have her on your social media and all that?
Right, so how do you know that that's my wife?
Because on the caption it says my wife.
And how do you know that that's actually my wife?
Because you put on the caption my wife. So
you believe everything you see on social media?
Well, I trust you. I think that you tell the truth, right?
Let me ask you a question. So you called in the other day and last week having an issue with the situation you was dealing with the woman, right? Then now what happens is that you're spending time stalking me trying to find my wife. Isn't that weird?
Well, it's on your social media. It's not really hard. Just go to your social media. She's right there.
No, what I'm saying is, don't you need help? Caller. Don't you need help?
You see how
caller.
Use manipulation tactics.
Caller, don't you need help with women?
Yeah.
Right. So if you need help with women, why are you wasting time trying to find my wife?
Because this is why I was wanting to get on the Bad Boy membership, but I gotta make sure I can trust you. And right now, you're not seeming very trustworthy. You're not seeming very trustworthy.
This nigga is hilarious. So caller.
But you're hiding your wife.
Caller.
But you're not. You have it on your page. That's not hiding your wife.
Caller.
So you're not.
Caller. Listen to me very, very carefully. The reason why you have issues is because you are not focused on yourself, right? I have pictures of my wife up in different places, right? What I'm telling you is when I said I'm hiding my wife, what I'm talking about is I do not display my wife all over the place because my wife doesn't want to be all over social media and I don't want her to be all over social media, right? So when you call into the show, what you need to see is, hey, can this guy who I needed advice from help me in my dating life? You understand what I'm saying? The problem with you is that every time you call, you don't listen and you get into your feelings. Now, notice all the time, every time you call in, I try to help you with the questions that you're asking. The problem is that you are going on tangents about shit that's not going to help you. So what I'm saying to you is, what is you trying to look up where my wife is, or if she's on my Instagram or Facebook or wherever, right, going to help you with the issues you have in your situation?
I already told you. I said, if I'm thinking about subscribing to your membership, I need to know if I can trust you.
No, you don't need to.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
That's ridiculous.
No. What I'm saying is you don't need to, meaning you don't need to subscribe. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you act like caller. You act like caller. You act like caller. You act like I need you. I don't need you. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
like, what are you talking about?
I don't need you either. That's why I'm doing an investigation.
So then why are you calling, caller?
You're not 100%.
So caller, why are you calling?
Oh, to see, and I got all the information I needed.
No, caller, why are you calling in multiple times asking us questions about your dating life if you don't need it?
Oh, I mean, I would like it. I don't need it.
No. What I'm saying is you call in for advice. That's why you're calling in. You understand what I'm saying? Like, caller, let me ask you a question, because I have your phone. Caller, I have your phone number. At what point did I call you to ask you if you trust me?
Well, now we're talking in circles. We already
no. Caller, I'm asking you a question.
That's all I want.
Caller.
Find out.
When did I call you to ask you if you trust me? Sir. Caller. This dude is a fool. This dude is fucking. He's insane. He's insane. Anyway. So, like I was saying, guys, is that when you are out here dealing with women, right? If you're trying to manipulate women into liking you, that's not going to help. So we were at the medium interest. If you're dealing with a woman who has medium interest, right? And she is, basically dating you and seeing you and interacting with you, right? And then you think that by you manipulating her into liking you, that's going to make her like you more. You're mistaken, because what I said earlier is that she is going to find out who you really are. You understand what I'm saying? She's going to find out who you really are. So now what happens is that once she finds out who you really are, that's when she's going to have to make an assessment and say, do I actually like this guy or not? Right? So that's the medium interest. So even if you're trying to manipulate a woman who has medium interest in you to like you more, she has to still see the real you. Right? Now, let's move on to high interest. Now, if you're dealing with a woman who has high interest, right? What's going to happen is that she's already highly sexually attracted to you and highly interested in you, which means that as long as you are the type of guy who you present yourself to be and you're really that guy, what happens is that you will be consistent with keeping that woman's interest, right? Because if a woman has high interest in you, that doesn't really mean that it's going to stay there. Her interest could lower. But what happens is that if you maintain the situation because you're just being you, then you're going to keep it going, right? Now, if a woman has high interest in you, she's already interested. So there would be no point into manipulating that woman. Do you see what I'm saying? So now what happens is that if you are trying to manipulate a woman who has high interest, you're essentially wasting time. So what happens is that there are certain guys out there who, what they do is that they are in situations where they think that I have to go through this back and forth with the woman to get the girl to want to fuck with me. But the girl is already about him. The girl is already feeling him. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that because the girl is already feeling him, he doesn't need to do any manipulation to get her to like him because she already likes him. So what happens is that a lot of times, unfortunately, when a guy is dealing with a woman who has high interest and he's trying to manipulate the woman, what could happen is that him manipulating the woman can get it into a situation where the manipulation is the thing that turns her off. And then that's the thing that makes her say, all right, he was cool, but all of a sudden I'm just not feeling him anymore. And the reason why she's not feeling him anymore is because instead of just being himself, what he did was he tried to manipulate, the women in order to get her to like him, but she didn't realize she was already about it. So what I'm saying here is that a lot of times guys will think that, they have to do something extra to get the girl to like him, but the girl already likes him. So either he's just wasting time trying to do those things, or what happens is that he does those things that are manipulative things, and then the girl fucking doesn't like him at all after the fact she realizes he's doing the manipulative shit. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You know what I mean? But I want to show you guys this video real quick. Let me pull up this video. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Let me see. So let me pull up this video. So this is from Chris Williamson's YouTube channel, and it's titled "The Problem with Most Dating Advice for Men." And so he's interviewing Dan Bilzerian. I don't even know why. I just when I'll be like, listen, just get the guys who have the game. You know what I'm saying? Just get the guys who have the game. You know what I'm saying on the show. But anyway, so basically this is part of the interview. I'll fast forward it a little bit, but he's going to be talking about kind of like, different ways, I guess, to get at women and approach the women or whatever. So let me do the playback speed 125 just so we could keep this, you know, a little faster. You feel what I'm saying? Just a little faster. Okay, here we go.
Have problems with the girls that I was like, oh damn, like this girl's hot, you know, she's different, or like, you know, or I really like her or whatever, and my approach would change, and because my approach would change, my results would change.
What about, you know, the sort of treat them mean to keep them keen / not signaling sufficient interest that that girl doesn't actually end up responding to you at all? I think, well, he's not interested, so this doesn't go anywhere.
So I wouldn't say treat them mean. I would say change your default setting from nice to challenging. You know, because like a lot of these guys, like they aren't.
So he's saying that, you know, don't treat them mean, just change it from nice to challenging. Now, what you got to understand is that a woman is, you know, if you feel like you need to be more challenging, all that's really happening is that you're not actually being yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is that when you're being yourself, right? Then what that means is that you're going to automatically be a challenge because who you are is that complex, right? And because you are a complex individual, you're automatically going to be challenging. Like whenever I deal with women, it's always challenging for them to deal with me. You understand? It's never just a simple thing. Like they don't just get me like that. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of guys, what they do is that they put on a performance to try to be challenging. You feel what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Aren't really nice guys. Like, oh, like, I just want to be, it's like, you're not that nice to the fat chick. You're not that nice to the janitor. You're nice to this girl because you want to f her. You know, so like this whole idea of like, oh, I'm just being myself, or like, that's another one. It's like, I just want to be myself. Like, I want her to like me for me. And it's like, okay, well, there's different versions of you. There's a version of you in an Armani suit. There's a version of you dressed like shit. You know, there's a version of you where you like take care of your diet and work out. And
so he's saying that, you know, guys be like, just be yourself. But there's all these different versions of you. No, see, he's talking about shit you do. See, being yourself is about who you are. So it's not necessarily just about what you're doing. You can do anything at any point, right? When we talk about you being yourself, it's who are you actually? Who are you? You understand what I'm saying? So that's really what it's about. But let's continue.
And like, you know, work at your job. There's a version of you that just like succumbs to every one of your, you know, impulses. Like, you know, like I drive by McDonald's and like, you know, I just want to eat fries, but I don't. You know, like I want to have Snickers all day, but I don't. You know, like you can make yourself better. And I think, you know, a lot of guys don't do that. Like a lot of guys are just like, I want a girl to like me for me.
So get tactical for a moment with regards to guy.
And that's the thing. A woman should like you for you. What other thing should she like you for? You understand what I'm saying? But again, this is Dan Bilzerian, so you know he would get women to you know, to fuck with him because he, you know, was paying them. But anyway, let's continue.
He has a girl that he thinks she's hot, she's interesting, I want to pursue her. What is a better tactical way of moving toward that? What should they do?
Well, I mean, I would not start the interaction by over communicating interest, number one. So I would go up and, you know, have a conversation with her. You know, I mean, I'll ask girls crazy stuff. I take like a pretty extreme approach, and I wouldn't recommend this for, you know, all guys, but like I'll ask girls crazy questions. Like me and my buddy were having a conversation the other day, and like he was like, I think it's, I was arguing that I think you have a lower chance of getting a serious rejection if you put a girl's hand on your dick than if you go for a kiss. And this is after a girl's into you and like you guys have been on a date or whatever, and there's like, you know, some chemistry, whatever. And he was like, you're out of your mind, like this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, well, let's ask some girls. So like, I just would go up to a girl and I'd be like, hey, you know, like this is the question. Like, you know, I wouldn't frame like who was on which side, but like they wanted an answer. So they gave their answer. Now all of a sudden we're in a sexual conversation with a girl where I haven't communicated any interest to her at all. And I've almost like disqualified her because I'm asking her this question that like you usually wouldn't ask.
Not about you.
Exactly. You wouldn't ask a girl that you're trying to like hook up with because it's like a crazy question too. And so I'm not saying that would be, you know, the optimal approach, but I'm just saying like that's something that like most guys wouldn't think to do, but that it's more successful than going up, over communicating interest, putting a girl in a position where like she has to decide like accept or reject. And you
no, that's what you should do. You need to let the girl know, hey, listen, this is what it is. You understand? This is what it is. You decide, and then we gonna go either that way or that way. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm giving you the opportunity. Are you gonna take the opportunity or not? You're not? Cool, I'm out. You are? Cool, we could go this way. What the fuck are we talking about? Let's continue.
usually when they're like forced to accept or reject, usually reject is the default. And if it's not, then they're probably a whore. If they just like accept every guy that comes up to them.
This is your chasing versus choosing paradigm.
Well, yeah. So get into the interaction, and the caveat to that is like, what you say to a girl isn't necessarily how important is like how you say it. So you could go up and say some really stupid shit to open the conversation. It doesn't really matter. Like, as long as you get in there without massively over communicating interest, right? And then I would say be discerning, be challenging. Like, ask questions, dig deeper, get a little bit of information about it, I mean, Neil Strauss had a good one when he was on with Jessica Alba, and he said, looks are common in LA. Aside from your looks, like, what would your friends say are the three, best qualities about you? And like in that one question, he immediately like pulled away her looks, which was like one of her strongest attributes. Like, nobody give a fuck about Jessica Alba if she's ugly, right? So it's literally like her superpower.
So now let me ask you a question. What would be the point of doing that? Like, let's say he's trying to talk to Jessica Alba and holler at Jessica Alba and make shit happen with Jessica Alba. What would be the point of going through all of that, asking her all these questions, doing all this indirect shit, if Jessica Alba is not interested in you? So now what you're doing is you're giving a lot of attention to a woman who's not interested in you. So why waste all that time when you can just create a scenario where you let her know, hey, this is what I want to do, and then give her the opportunity to respond? What are we doing here? But let's continue.
He just sucked it right out of the conversation. He's also digging deeper. And now he's got her in a position of like qualifying herself to him and selling herself to him. She's telling.
Again, is she selling herself to you if she's not interested? How do you know that she is interested or not? You understand what I'm saying? See, these guys think just because the girl is talking to them, responding to them, that means she's interested, right? She can just be interested in the attention, but doesn't mean that she's actually interested in you, because if you're talking to her and you're interested in hooking up with her, having sex or having a sexual situation, but she's just responding to you on some regular shit, you feel what I'm saying? Then what are we talking about? But let's continue.
Telling him why she's good, And so that would be a much better start of an interaction than like, I think you're so beautiful. Like, I just had to come over here and, and by the way, I'm a doctor, and I drive a Lamborghini, and like all this bullshit. The guys like, they try and brag about themselves. They're doing all these things. And the girl's just like in a position of like, okay, like, do I want this? That's the conversation usually between guys and girls, is like, the girl's like, okay, do I want this guy? It's like playing poker, and the guys just like turn over their cards. And so I'd say like, dig a little bit deeper, be discerning, like find out about the girl, like, decide. And then if you want to give her a compliment on like something that's unique about her, something that's like she earned, or, not just like she was born with, like if she has pretty eyes, I'm sure she's heard that from a million guys. Like, don't tell her she has pretty eyes.
Well, guess what? She hasn't heard that she got pretty eyes from me. You understand what I'm saying? See, the issue is this. The fact is, most guys, right, are cookie cutter guys who don't have a program, who don't believe in themselves, who's not confident, who is not comfortable with who they are, right? So yeah, if you go up to the girl and you're like, oh my God, you got pretty eyes and you're so beautiful and all this other stuff, that's because a lot of times guys are doing that because they're looking for validation from the woman, right? Well, when you have game, right, what happens is that you are not doing anything to try to get her. See, all he's talking about is, what are these tactics that I can do to increase the odds that I get this woman? And the funny part is, by you doing that in the first place, you understand what I'm saying? By you doing that in the first place, right? What happens is that you are already chasing the woman because you're trying to figure out ways to get her. You're like, what's the best way for me to get this woman? Oh, I'll do this. Okay, cool. So let me do that to get her. You're losing.
Guys, like, just be different. I mean, I guess like a big epiphany I had too was like when I became famous, and I talk about this in there too, is like understanding a hot girl's mind. Because when I became famous, like, I understood what it was like to be a hot chick. And I understood that in the sense of like, I had forced interactions wherever the fuck I would go, whether it was a Starbucks, whether it was, wherever, like, I had people coming up to me. And the same thing is true of a girl. Like, when she goes to get her mail, when she goes to the grocery store, like, guys are hitting on her all the time. So it's forced interactions. And what I noticed is the first 100 times guys would come up to me and be like, bro, you're the man, blah, blah, blah. Like, all this shit. I was like, okay, cool. Whatever. And I always take the pictures, but I guess what I'm trying to, explain with that is, let's say you were a famous guy and a guy comes up to you and like, bro, you're the man, dude, like all this shit. And you've heard this 10,000 times. Is that going to make you want to have a beer with that guy? No. Like maybe you'll take a photo with him, you'll tell him you appreciate it, but it's not going to make you want to like hang out with him. Now, if that guy comes up to you and is like, hey man, I only got a second, but I just want to tell you, like, I really like this, maybe the guy's a rock star. I really like the song that you did. And he told him a song that he did like in the garage. He's like, and I had the same guitar that you had and whatever. And then he's just like kind of excusing himself on the way out. Maybe that rock star like wants to have a conversation with him. Oh shit, that guitar, that's like one of my favorite guitars, like now you're coming out from a different angle.
See, and basically what he's saying is that in that example, the rock star wants to have the conversation about the guitar because he's interested in talking about the guitar. So if you approach a woman and she's interested in who you are, then she will want to talk to you. But it doesn't make sense to try to act a certain way or be a certain way or fake a certain thing to try to gain interest, because what happens is after that fake thing wears off, she's going to see the real you anyway. You understand what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Angle. And I would say the same thing is true with hot girls. Is like if you go up and say the same shit that all these other guys have said to these girls, you're gonna have the same knee-jerk reaction. The walls are gonna go up. Mm-hmm. She's gonna remember the last 20 times she got caught in a 30-minute conversation with some idiot talking her ear off, and she knows that the guy just wants to fuck her because she's built no value, right? Like early on in the conversation.
Listen, women don't care if you want to fuck them. You understand? What I mean by that is this. If a woman wants to fuck you, she wants you to want to fuck her. If she don't want to fuck you, she don't want to fuck you. So the issue is not that you want to fuck her. The issue is she don't want to fuck you. You understand what I'm saying? So guys are out there talking about, well, let me pretend I don't want to fuck her so that she'll give me a chance. And then because she gives me a chance, then maybe I'll get to fuck her. What? Nigga. You acting like or pretending you don't want to fuck, that's the issue. That's the problem. But let's continue.
You compliment her a bunch before she's earned it. And it's kind of like you're telling her indirectly, you're
above me.
You're above me and your looks are good enough. I don't even care if you have flaws. Like you're hot. And so that's enough for me. And I'm ready to date you. It's just the wrong thing.
It's so funny, that kind of playground mentality of if I know that I can have it, I don't want it. And it's so funny how that seems to be in your worldview, like a fundamental part of the physics.
It translates to everything. It's sales, it's negotiation, it's business, it's all these things.
The person that can walk away from the deal is the one that holds the most power.
Always.
If I can't have it, I don't want it. What? That's some bullshit. Listen, when people have the mentality of, oh, well, if I can have it, I don't want it. That's basically mental illness, because the opposite is I want it because I can't have it. Do you see what I'm saying? Which means that you are in the mindset of only wanting the thing because you can't get it, which means that you're looking for validation. You understand what I'm saying? But let me see what some of these questions are saying here. Hold on. Let me see what some of these questions are saying. So it says, I'm not sure where I lay on the scale game, but I was very quick when I started dating to tell them to hit me up whenever they are ready. That's like 10 through 15 years ago. All right. Well, well, yeah, if you talking to a girl and let's say she ain't trying to do something at a certain time, just tell her to hit you back. So have you ever been in an age gap relationship? Not like a long-term thing, but I've been with women who were like, 20 years older than me and shit. Oh yeah, we already. Oh yeah, let's go back to this one. You said I disagree. Women will spin the block after not liking her. What do you mean? Okay, whether you get a girl, ignore her, step your lifestyle up, or become popular, she may come back. A no just means not now, not forever. No, this is the thing. If a woman says no to you, right, and she's not interested when you're first fucking around with her, right, and let's say she comes back after the fact, that means she's settling for you in some form or fashion. Now, when we tell you guys, hey, listen, if you're on a date with a girl, y'all are kissing, y'all are touching, y'all are doing all this extra shit, you're trying to make it sexual, take her back to your place, and she says, oh, I'm not really I don't know if I really want to do it tonight or whatever. You say, all right, well, cool. Let's continue this later and, hit me up when you're ready to make this happen. Or I'll hit you up next week and we'll make it happen. That's just a continuation of the interest that she had at the beginning. But what happens is that if you guys are in a situation where, you know, you're dealing with a woman and all off the rip, you trying to holler at her and she's like, oh, I'm not interested. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, she comes back towards you, right? That means that she's either settling for you or she's only with you or dealing with you because of some other thing that's not about you. It's just like when you would see those stupid ass videos where, you know, and of course a lot of this was staged, but it's the lesson in it is where you see the guy try to holler at the girl, she says no, and then he goes to his sports car, and now all of a sudden she want to talk to him because it was his car. That's the type of shit. You see what I'm saying? Nonsense. So you said, Lucario, is it that women can easily go from liking you to not liking you, but it's almost impossible for it to happen the other way around? So what happens is this: if a woman if a woman has no interest in you, there's nothing you can do to get her to have interest in you. She just has no interest in you. Now, if a woman has low or medium interest in you, can it get high interest? Or if a woman has, you know, low interest because she started to have medium interest in you and stuff like that, it's possible, right? But what happens is that in those situations, right, you got to put in more work, time, and energy for you to sort of grow on that woman. Do you see what I'm saying? But what happens is that a woman could, you know, easily go from being interested to not interested in you, right? Really quick. Because what happens is, let's say, for example, the girl thinks you're cute and she's attracted to you because of the way you look. And then you go over and approach her. And then you start talking and she's like, oh, this guy is a weirdo. So she quickly lost interest just from you started to speak. You see what I'm saying? But let me see what you say. Can you trigger attraction from a woman just to have her still not feel? What do you mean? You said, can you trigger attraction from a woman just to have her still not feel? Well, if she's attracted, she's feeling something. What are you talking about? Hold on, caller. You got in a lot of questions. You should call in. Said if a woman is in a relationship with a guy she likes, but he doesn't really tap into her emotions, you think it could last or she will get bored? Well, yeah, she'll get bored. You understand what I'm saying? Women get bored easily. Is it a red flag for a woman if a woman says she loves you after you guys made it exclusive fast? For example, you didn't vet her at all. She knew you before, but she loves you since y'all are now exclusive. Well, why are you fucking up making it exclusive fast? You understand what I'm saying? So it's a red flag that you're making it exclusive fast. So anything else that happens after that is a red flag. So you see what I'm saying? It says, what if I disappear on a woman that likes, what if I disappear on a woman that liked talking to me in person, but never initiate contact? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're talking about. What do you got to call in for that? Do you think game will ever go mainstream, or is it really just not meant to be? Well, that's the thing, you know, I think that what happens is it's a lot of people, just like the caller that called it earlier, right? There's a lot of people who, you know, aren't really that intelligent or who have some sort of mental issue, or people who are easily triggered. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's going to be, you know, hard for certain people to get it. You feel what I'm saying? So there's always going to be a small amount of people who get it, right? The large amount of people are not equipped to actually get it or to actually adhere to it. You understand what I'm saying? Because that would actually take, you know, being honest with themselves, which most people don't want to do. You understand what I'm saying? You said there always will be some level of manipulation. Game people are more aware of using it than others. Don't you think Miles was aware of using the Porsche for the commercial and the $1 membership sale? So how is that manipulation? Lamar, call up. See, you guys say stuff, but you don't call up to back up what you're saying. You're just saying, what are you talking about? How is using the Porsche in the commercial manipulation? How? I want to know, how is it manipulation? Like you said it, but I'm not seeing the connection. How is it manipulation? I'm curious. Call up. Tell me what it is. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. You understand? Hold on. Maybe I'm missing something. Because I'm like, where is it manipulation? You feel what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he won't call in. It's unfortunate, it's sad, but he ain't gonna call in. It says, but isn't game a form of manipulation? No. What is it like? See, this is why we have to do shows like this. Okay, you said, but isn't game a form of manipulation, like putting on a mask to hide your true face, or like a magician using a black magic in order to get the woman to feel sexual attraction towards you? No. So this is the thing. You could be a manipulative person and play games, and that could be how you use game, but that's weak ass game. You understand what I'm saying? So if I talk to a woman and I let her know, hey, listen, I'm interested in you sexually. I don't want to date you. I just want to get together and we have sex. Where is the manipulation in that? Where is the putting the mask on in that? I'm telling her literally what it is, giving her the opportunity to respond, and that's it. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You understand? And first, and the thing is this, you have to understand that it's not about women, which is why you don't have to manipulate, because if the game is about you and you understanding yourself, you getting a strategy to get what you want, how can you manipulate in order to really get what you want when the manipulation is not who you are? You understand? Ridiculous. You said manipulation is Miles making people sign a contract and in a small print saying it increases to $300 a month. 10. Where is there a small print in a contract that says it's $300 a month? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This is what I'm saying. Niggas just be saying shit. It's just like, yo, y'all listen. You know what's funny? I remember I said to myself, why does Steve yell at y'all niggas? Now I fully understand. Like, I fully understand. You understand what I'm saying? I used to be like, yo, why Steve be yelling at these niggas? Like, I fully understand now. Crazy. Dudes just be saying anything, bro. I'm like, y'all are, bruh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, I'm like, where do y'all come up with this shit? Where do y'all come up with this shit? It says, it's because he's trying to manipulate a woman into liking him. The purpose of the question is to make a woman who doesn't already like him to go PUABS. Real talk. Says, Lucario, you lost me here. Never compliment a woman based on her look. Always compliment a woman on what she does for you. And this guy has more money and more experience than you. Oh my God. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Nigga, I compliment women on their looks all the time. That's usually what I open with. I'll be like, yo, listen, hold on for a second, miss. You sexy as fuck. You need to come over here and talk to me. What you mean? Don't compliment a woman based on her looks. You understand? Bro, I compliment women on how they look all the fucking time. What are y'all talking about? Compliment her on what she done for you. What are we talking about? The chick ain't do nothing for me yet. I just met her. Hey, miss, I just want to compliment you on you stopping to talk to me. That was really nice of you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yo, motherfuckers. Listen, guys, please go outside and meet women. Please. Please go outside and meet women. Please go outside and actually, do shit for real. Like, god damn. Never compliment women on their looks. What the fuck? Crazy. Crazy, man. Crazy. Let me see what other questions we have here. Is it ever okay to apologize to a woman? If yes, how do you go about it without looking weak? Well, if you actually did something wrong, you just say, yo, my bad. I fucked up and I'm sorry. Like that's it. That's it. That is it. So should you deal with women that are dog pet lovers? Yeah, if you like dogs, and what difference does it make? April got a dog. Like, what are you talking about? You said, so game is knowing what to do when you come across high interest. And not just that, it's knowing what to do in all situations because you understand yourself. You understand what I'm saying? It's you understanding yourself. You feel what I mean? So that's what it is. But let me see, any more questions? We're about to wrap this shit up because I got to head up out of here to do the Bad Boy Show. Make sure you guys, get on the Patreon. Go to patreon.com / Mr. Locario for the Bad Boy Show. If you are not on the Patreon, you are missing out. You know what I'm saying? He said, when she says she needs time to heal before having sex with me, should I charge her? Yes. Yes, charge her to the game. She's wasting your time. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That is pretty much it. So guys, remember, go to badboymembership.com. Go to badboymembership.com.
Do it! Just do it!
And go to masculineidentitymembership.com.
Do it! Just do it!
To take advantage of the sale. You guys got a few days left. And make sure that when you go to badboymembership.com, check out the new program. 10 rules for giving women your time and attention. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. So make sure you guys do that. You feel me? Make sure you guys do that and get that cracking. All right, so guys, that's pretty much it, man. I'm about to wrap this shit up. And that is it. I will holler at y'all guys later. And remember, people, the truth is inside you. And I am out of here. Peace. I'm gone.
I can take your dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't going to get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You got to understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you got to work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not going to be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces. And then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know, that was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.